Hello, hello. Welcome back to Making It Up. I'm Isa, and today I'm gonna show you how to do your makeup like Gracie Abrams. I have always really enjoyed Gracie's music, but her recent album has me completely obsessed with her. I've listened to the album so many times, every single day since it came out, but most importantly, I'm just obsessed with her vibe, with her makeup look. I immediately knew I had to feature her in one of these videos because I needed to understand how she does her makeup and recreate it and show you guys how to do it because it's such an effortless, easy breezy, natural look that I feel like we could all benefit from learning how to do. So if you love Gracie and you want to know how to do your makeup just like her, let's talk beauty. First, let me give you like an overview, as always. Let me just check all my reference pictures, and from what I can see, I feel like it's very natural. It's very simple, like it's enhancing, but it's definitely like no makeup vibes. It's amped up a little bit for when she does red carpets or like photo shoots, etc. But it's always natural, I feel like. It never goes too crazy. Sometimes it leans a little bit editorial, but it's never like caked makeup. I feel like it suits her. She definitely has that vibe, that like effortless, chic, almost French girl vibe. But in general, just very natural, very simple, very recreatable. Let's get to that part, shall we? Starting off with her base is very skincare focused, meaning she does a lot of skincare prior to doing her actual makeup, and she includes skincare in her makeup, kinda. She does like to start with a little bit of an illuminating primer, and she likes to either apply it all over her face or just on the highest points. At least that's what I saw in her Vogue video. It's like a year old, so it might not be the most accurate, but I'm still gonna do it because I think it adds something really nice and like fresh toward the skin. She doesn't use anything that is too shimmery. She likes it to be glowy, not shimmery, so that it goes in line with the whole like natural vibes, And then after she primes, she goes in with her SPF. It's a tinted SPF to give her a little bit more coverage. So this is still like skincare. It's not even makeup yet, but she does appreciate the coverage. So I'm gonna go in with a tinted SPF all over my skin. I think this is like the SPF that she uses, like the only SPF she uses. It's not the only SPF I use because I don't feel like I apply nearly enough for it to be an SPF, but we're rolling with the punches because this is what she does. And her skin looks really nice, so. Once she's applied SPF all over her skin, she then goes in with a foundation. She uses a stick, but I've also seen her use a liquid, so she doesn't go with foundation everywhere. She just uses it to pinpoint certain areas, and then she uses concealer for that and also to brighten the under eyes a little bit. So she really doesn't go too heavy with this. She likes to apply it just to the areas that really need it. And then she blends. She uses her fingers to blend. I like a sponge. Everyone use whatever you want. And I can already tell that this is not gonna be completely covered. That's fine. And then we're also adding a little bit of concealer to the under eyes. And again on the spots. Very little though. And Gracie's base always looks very effortless. It doesn't look heavy, it doesn't look overdone. It looks very, very natural, so it's important to go with like very light layers to cover. And then she does like to add concealer to her breakouts and let it dry a little bit so that it's, it grips to the breakout and it adds a little more coverage. I don't know if that's gonna be possible with mine, but it is what it is, c'est la vie. And once that's done, she usually just leaves it at that. She doesn't really do any powder. She didn't do it in her Vogue video, and she's always looking very glowy and dewy, so that leads me to believe maybe she has more like normal dry skin, because if not, she would obviously wear a powder on the daily. But I did see a powder in her makeup pouch in one of her videos, so maybe she applies a powder every once in a while. I will just apply a little bit of powder because if not, things will not work out for me, but she doesn't really use a powder, so do with that information what you will. But I'm going in with a very, very light powder, nothing too heavy, so that we still have that like very soft, very even natural skin. Oh, and one thing I forgot to mention, she does like to have very hydrated lips, so at the beginning of her routine or when she's doing her skincare, whatever, she will go in with like an Aquaphor or a hydrating lip mask just to hydrate her lips, which is a very, very good practice. Everyone should do it. Moving on to the cheeks, I think the cheeks are a big part of this look. I wouldn't say like she doesn't go like excessive with her cheeks, but she definitely puts some care into them, starting with a little bit of contour. She has a very chiseled face, but she still does like contour on the perimeter, so on the cheekbones, on the forehead a little, and the nose a little bit. So that's what we're gonna do. It's not anything crazy, so I'm not gonna go overboard. She obviously has a more chiseled face than I do, which is, you know, it's fine. And because this is like her only bronzing slash contouring product, I'm gonna add just enough to like chisel and bronze, you know? Add that bit of definition, but also add dimension to the face. Then for the blush, she does like to add quite a bit of blush. She does a little blush concoction with a few different shades. And I want to say she adds like not a ton, but there's enough for it to be visible. It still looks very natural, very sheer, but you know, you can see her rosy, like blushy cheeks, which I love. She goes in with more of like a mauvey, darker blush, almost like brownie mauve, you know? It gives her a bit of that like bronzy blush look, and then she goes on with a pink on top of that so that it counterbalances. It really suits her. It looks very, very pretty, and it definitely gives her that like natural flush. I'm going to use a few of my products to attempt that sort of look, and again, working with layers is key. She uses her fingers to do her makeup a lot. I just prefer using like brushes, to be honest with you, so that's what I do. And she does like to keep her blush like right here. She doesn't take it down too much, and she doesn't go too crazy on the apple. Now adding a little bit of pink on top of that. Ooh. Nice. And then to add a little bit more highlighter, again, she doesn't do this all the time, but I did see her do it in the Vogue video, so we're gonna recreate that. She goes in with like a balmy sheer highlighter right at the top of her cheekbone and brow bone. I'm just adding a little bit because I feel like I'm already so freaking dewy. But this obviously like lifts the cheeks a little bit more, and it gives you a very healthy flush. And lastly, for the cheeks, she does have a lot of freckles all over. I think they're beautiful, and she does use a freckle pen. She uses Freck XL actually to like highlight some of her bigger moles and then do a few extra freckles that were covered. So we love a faux freckle here. I think my blush, now that I look at it, like compared to the picture, it looks similar-ish, but I think mine turned out a little bit more like brownie. That's fine. It still looks good, it still looks similar, we're good. But yeah, that is it for the cheeks. One thing to note is that there's no powder products anywhere in this routine. It's all creams, obviously that aids in the whole natural looking makeup situation. So I like it. If you're a cream product lover, then I bet you like it too, but I get where Gracie's coming from. Another really big part of this look, I feel like unintentionally, but it's just because she has them, her brows. Fluffy, beautiful, like thick, perfect brows. I love her brows, and they're just so naturally beautiful. They're like boyish a little bit. She does say that she likes that boyish look. There's a lot of products that she uses, but it's almost always something clear. So it's like a clear pomade, a wax. So I definitely need a little bit of help in the brow department right now. Her brows are really pushed up and laminated. Mine don't do that. We're gonna attempt to do that today, but mine don't really do that. I will try to push them up as much as possible and use similar products to her. That is me attempting to do the brows. My brows really do have a mind of their own. Everyone's brows are different, so that's fine. That's fine. I mean, I tried, and that's all that matters. Now I look slightly crazy, but that's fine. One thing she never does, or at least never does for herself, is eyeshadow. I've never seen her with like eyeshadow. She just goes in with a liner, and she does at the tight line and maybe a little bit on the waterline. I don't see it in this specific like reference picture, but she has done it in her Vogue video. And obviously if someone else is doing her makeup, like a makeup artist, then they're probably doing eyeshadow and a little bit more depending depending on the look. But for right now, we're just doing an eyeliner, a black liner. She goes in with a black liner and she does add it to her tight line, very old school. And she almost does like a faux wing. She kind of extends it out here and like smudges it, which I really like it. Smudge, I don't know. But yeah, this is basically what she does. And it works for her. In the video, she does use black. I don't know if she uses black all the time or brown or any other color, but yeah, very easy, very simple, nothing crazy. Next thing she does is she curls her eyelashes. So we're gonna do that. We're just gonna clean the lash curler a little bit. She also has like very naturally pretty lashes. She goes in, curls. Gracie just curls her lashes. She doesn't really add any mascara on the daily. Obviously, if she's doing red carpet or something more editorial, they probably do mascara on her, but on the daily, she doesn't do mascara. I don't know if I can live like that. I don't know if I can like not do any mascara. She did say in an article that if she's wearing mascara, she's wearing something super, super natural that I will reveal later on in the video, but you're probably gonna guess because I'm gonna use it right now. But she does go in with something very natural. And she just does like enough to lift the lashes, but not, you know, it doesn't look like she has anything on is what I'm saying. And obviously we're only doing some in the upper lashes, nothing on the lower lashes. Now for the lips, again, it's not anything crazy. There are a few steps, but it's honestly pretty simple. Gracie has incredible, like outstanding lips. She does a nude, always, always, always. I have not really seen her with a bold lip, like maybe once or twice for red carpets and stuff. But for the most part, it is more of a brownie nude and it is very smudged. So I'm gonna try and do a little bit of everything, but she really just adds like a little. She doesn't even do like a full swipe of color. She obviously goes in with lip liner. She does a mix of a pinkier lip liner and then something that's a little bit more brown, more contoury to add some extra definition to the lips. So she mixes those two. And again, you want this to be very blurry. There are no harsh lines. Okay, and that is basically it. She doesn't really show that she uses a setting spray or anything else to set. I did see a setting spray on one of her videos on her makeup bag. So I say let's add some and make this like creamy goodness all over our skin last a little bit longer. Once that is applied, that is the look pretty much done. Very easy, very simple, very recreatable. I told you. And now it's time to move on to product recommendations, one of my favorite parts of these videos. So I'm gonna be sharing products that Gracie actually uses. These are products that I found on her Vogue video, on her TikTok, products that, again, I've seen in other videos and articles. Like I did a deep dive to show you guys the exact products that she uses as best as I could. And as always, I have a few dupes that you can use. Maybe you already own those in your collection, or maybe you wanna recreate her look without spending so much money. So yeah, as always, these are just merely suggestions and everything will be linked down below. But let's talk about some products that Gracie uses, shall we? First product that she uses to prime is the Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate Soft Radiance Primer. This is SPF 25. I don't know if they're getting rid of this or what because it was really hard to find, so maybe it's being discontinued. But yeah, this is just like a very illuminating primer. Not even very illuminating. From what I'm seeing, it's just slightly illuminating. Gives you a little bit of radiance, but yeah, there's not a lot to say except that it's $115. It's not very affordable, and from the looks of it, it doesn't really do much. Like you'd be just, like from the pictures, like just looks like moisturized skin. So, I mean, okay. I would say if you want the like slight shimmer and just glow from within that you can apply as a primer or just pinpoint, use the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter. It's $14. It's really good. I talk about it all the time and I recommend it to you guys all the time. So if you still don't have it or a version of this, then I think it's a perfect product because you can amp it up a little bit more. It's a little bit more glowy than the last product, but It's like $100 less. And then for the SPF step in her routine, she uses the Say Slip Tint. This is a lightweight tinted moisturizer with mineral zinc, SPF 35, and hyaluronic acid. She uses this as her SPF. I don't know if she applies enough. If you're wanting to recreate her look, then I would say use this more of like the tinted moisturizer step, not the SPF step. But yeah, there are quite a few flexible shades in this. It's very like natural and dewy. Yeah, dewy no makeup finish. It's lightweight and nourishing. SPF 35, it's fragrance free, safe for sensitive skin and dermatologist tested. It has a lot of beautiful ingredients to help your skin look healthier, brighter, more hydrated. It's just a tinted moisturizer. It's $36. But I would say if you want an actual SPF that has a little bit of tint to it and is a mineral sunscreen, I would say go for the Eucerin Sensitive Tinted Mineral Face Sunscreen. It's also SPF 35. It's $13.99. I have this. It's the one I used today. It's really, really nice. Again, it is dewy. This only comes in one shade, I believe, but it's supposed to work, like be a little bit flexible. I don't think it's as flexible as I think it is. It works for my skin at least, and it really like absorbs into the skin. But yeah, it's lightweight, it's non-greasy, very important. It is dewy, but it's not greasy. It leaves a matte invisible finish. I wouldn't say matte. It does like absorb into the skin, but it's not matte. It does give you a bit of that glow, and it's suitable to use under makeup. And it is like $20 less approximately. So I would say if you're wanting to experiment with a tinted SPF, this could be the one. And for her lip prep, lip moisturizing situation, she's either using the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask. Specifically, she likes the vanilla flavor. That's the one that she features the most, and she's lathering it on all the time. This is very heavy on your lips. It's very moisturizing. It's very glossy. It is a very nice, nourishing lip product, and the scent is probably divine. I have not smelled this one, but yeah. This product has a cult following for a reason, but she also uses Aquaphor. So if you don't want to spend money on the Lip Sleeping Mask by Laneige, you can get yourself either a tub of Aquaphor, a tube of Aquaphor, depending on what you get. It's gonna be a different price. While I was doing my research, there was this one article dated back to last year, which was like the most recent time she spoke about her makeup routine. She spoke about Aquaphor very highly. She uses it all day, every day. So, I mean, we all have some Aquaphor. We can use it as well. We don't need the Laneige mask if we don't have one. We don't need to go purchase it. Moving on to some actual makeup. For foundation, stay it with me, Westman Atelier Vital Skin Full Coverage Foundation and Concealer Stick. Yet another celebrity that uses this product. Everyone freaking loves it. It's $68, but apparently it's a really good product because a lot of celebrities love it. This is a stick foundation. It's vegan, it's clean, it evens out your skin. It's packed with nourishing ingredients for a radiant second skin. It has a natural finish. It's a medium coverage. So it really aligns with Gracie's makeup philosophy, I would say, especially because she doesn't apply it everywhere. She uses more as like a pinpointed coverage kind of product. We do not need to be spending $68. And because this has, you know, come up so much in my celebrity videos, I decided to scour the internet and find a good dupe for it. This is the No. 7 Beauty Stay Perfect Foundation. The shades are not, they're a little bit weird and wonky, but this is $7.25 because it says save $7.24. So maybe this is like $15 usually. This is a creamy, non-drying medium coverage for up to 18 hours. So very, very similar claims. It's great for on-the-go applications. It's long wearing, it's buildable, and it's available in 18 shades. It sounds very, very, very similar to the Westman Atelier one. I did see people talking about how this was a dupe on Reddit. So if you've been wanting to try a stick foundation, or you really want to experience the magic of the Westman Atelier foundation, but you do not want to spend the money, I think this could be a perfect dupe. For concealers, she has mentioned a few. She mentioned the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in her Vogue video. This is a cult classic. It's creamy. It gives you that like light medium coverage under your eyes. It's $32. It's an expensive concealer, but people seem to love it. I personally don't love it. as much as I love some other concealers. She also talks about the Dior Forever Skin Correct Full Coverage Concealer in another of her videos. She says that it is her favorite concealer. This has 24-hour wear and hydration, so it's very hydrating, but it's also very long lasting. It has full coverage, it's transfer proof, and it's creaseless. Okay. And it gives you a smoothing effect, an instant smoothing effect. Ooh, this is $40, but honestly, for the claims, I would already venture out and say, if you want to spoil yourself, go for this one instead of the NARS concealer. And then because Gracie did say the Dior was her all-time favorite concealer, I wanted to dupe that one exactly. And my sleuthing led me to the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer. And apparently it is very similar, like it is an exact dupe of the Dior one. This is 16-hour wear, it's a matte finish, it's crease proof, it comes in 50 shades. The other one is not a matte finish. At least I don't think it's a natural finish, but this one is more matte, and it does apparently give you that coverage. It used to be $7, now it's $4.90. Now moving on to the cheek products for contour, she also uses the Westman Atelier Face Trans Cream Contour Stick. I'm willing to bet she uses the shade Biscuit. Again, we've all seen this in other celebrity videos already. It's a really, really nice cream contour. It gives you that definition. Only comes in 3 shades, which we don't love. But yeah, it's buildable, it's seamlessly blendable, it's hydrating, it's soothing, it has the clean ingredients. I don't think it's a bad product, but it's $48. Another product that Gracie uses and she has featured on her TikTok is the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Contour Wand. There are only 2 shades, so I would say she uses fair medium probably. And again, this is just a contour product that is, ooh, it has a little bit of shimmer. I didn't know that. I've never owned it. It's again $42. It's very expensive. People love it also. I would say this is very much more like heavier makeup compared to the Westman Atelier one, but she uses it and she loves it. So if you own this or something like this, I think you could also get a very seamless contoury look. I would say especially for this one, save your money and just get the e.l.f. Halo Glow Contour Beauty Wand. It is like a very, very blatant dupe. e.l.f. does really, really great dupes and they're very like obvious dupes. It comes in 5 shades, so it's already better. Depending on the shade that you get, some are a little bit warmer than others. You know, it's a little bit of a wonky situation with the undertone of the shades, but this is only $9, so you cannot expect it to be perfect. It is very easy to apply. You can apply it very naturally. You can build it up. And I will say this one is a lot less messy than the Charlotte Tilbury one. It's still messy, not as messy as the Charlotte Tilbury one, because I've heard crazy stories about that one. So like, save your money. The first blush that she's obsessed with, and she has talked about it for more than a year, so I would say it's a favorite of hers, is the Tower 28 Beach Please Lip and Cheek Cream Blush in the shade Power Hour, which is a sun-kissed terracotta. It's a beautiful blush on any skin tone, and on her it looks so gorgeous. I really enjoy these blushes. They're very, very creamy, very emollient, they're clean beauty, and they definitely leave you looking flushed and dewy. It's buildable color as well, so if you want it to be super sheer, you can make it sheer, or you can make it super intense. It's only $20, which I don't think for a blush is crazy. Like, I know there are a lot more affordable blushes, but I don't think for the formula, for the quality of this product, $20 is not a lot of money. She also uses Cloud Paint, Glossier Cloud Paint. I think she uses the shade Puff because it is like a baby pink, the color that she bust out and used. So I'm willing to bet it's Puff. Again, one of my favorite formulas ever. This is more of a liquid blush, not super dewy or emollient, and it's $22. I'm gonna say right now, I think that is worth it for the product that you get, like the quality of the product, and also a little bit of this product goes a really long way. This formula dries down on your skin. So you apply it, it dries down, and it is very, very long lasting. It's also very easy to blend and build up. And this is a product that a lot of you could potentially own already. So you could totally use it to recreate Gracie's look. And then a product that she hasn't really talked about, but I have seen featured on her TikTok, is the Benefit Liquid Lip Blush and Cheek Tint. What? Is this not called the Benetint? Okay, this is the Benetint, and I think she uses the original shade. There are quite a few shades now. Oh, the shade is Benetint. Got it. She uses the shade Benetint, and this is just a classic, a staple. This is a stain you can use on your lips, you can use it on your cheeks. It stays on all day. The Benetint shade is a rose shade. So it looks like very flushed on the cheeks. It looks very pretty on the lips as well. This is long wearing, non-drying, smudge proof, and transfer proof. I know Benetint has stood the test of time, so it is a really, really high quality product. It's $26, but I think for a product that lasts this long and have like a renaissance online, it has to be good, right? And then for highlighter, she featured the Chanel Balm Essentiel Multi-Use Glow Stick. I'm willing to bet in the shade Sculpting. This is a beautiful, like very natural, almost glossy highlighter. As you can see from the swatch, it is very like pearly, luminescent. It's almost champagne-y. There are a few other shades that are a little bit more peachy, but this shade is just like the perfect champagne shade that will give you that extra like oomph on your cheekbones, but it's gonna look very natural, not super shimmery. Again, it's a balm, so it will probably move around a little bit. It's $48 also, but it's Chanel Beauty, so what can we expect? I do think Gracie, I don't know if she's a Chanel ambassador or she has worked with Chanel before, so it would make sense that she uses Chanel products. If you do not want to spend $48, again, we're going back to e.l.f. baby. The Jelly Pop Glow Stick is $8. It gives you a very similar look. It is a little bit more, almost the same. I would say it's a little bit less subtle and a little bit more tinted, a little bit more champagne-y, but it also has the like super creamy, super balmy feel. It's a highlighter stick with a hydrating feel. It gives your skin a dewy glow with a hint of shimmer, so I would say it is a little bit more shimmery than Chanel, but nothing too crazy. It probably gives you that same radiance. For the most part, I think it is basically the same thing, and it gives you, yeah, get that subtle glow. It gives you that subtle glow. It looks super pretty on different skin tones. This packs a little bit more punch, but it's almost exactly the same, and you can, you know, definitely apply less to get that just subtle, barely there glow. Oh my god, Gracie has used a lot of brow products throughout the years. The first one is the oh so classic Glossier Boy Brow. This is a voluminizing eyebrow gel pomade. We all know and love Boy Brow. It is so nice. It comes in an array of colors and I believe a clear one as well. And this is really, really nice to give you that like bushy brow, just like boy brow look, and Gracie definitely likes that. This pushes your brows up. It doesn't have the most incredible hold. It is a little bit more flexible, so if you don't like hold, this could work perfectly for you. This has an array of ingredients that are really good for your brow hairs. It nourishes them but also keeps them in place. It's very natural. It's $22. It's not bad. Like I would spend the money on this because it is, I know it is very good. Gracie really loves it. I think you would love it too, and if you already own Boy Brow, you can definitely get her look with it. The product that she featured on her Vogue video is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Freeze Extreme Hold Laminating Look Sculpting Eyebrow Wax. This is very opposite to Glossier Boy Brow, I want to say. This is very strong and it will give you that very strong hold. It's a clear product and it really does laminate your brows. It's very intense. I never actually tried this one, but from what I know and what I've heard, this is very, very intense, even on super thick brows like mine. I don't think it dries hard, but it does keep the brows in place all day. This is $26. You get a lot of product because you don't need to use a lot of product with this, so I don't think the price is bad for the, you know, amount of product that you get and the amount of product that you use every single time. I feel like this could be a product that lasts you a very long time. Gracie also said in an article that the Refi Brow Sculpt Shape and Hold Gel with Lamination Effect is one of her favorites, so it's another one that she has used. It's another one that I have used. It's very nice. It's very laminating. This is $24. This is also a very intense, I don't want to say, again, it's not something that is going to give you like crunchy hold, but it is very intense and it will laminate and feather your brows a lot, as you can see from the before and after. This is very nice. It gives you a natural finish. It's a wax and gel hybrid, and I love the double-ended applicator because you can apply with a spoolie and then really shape your brows. Now I have two dupes if you guys don't want to spend that money, and they're both e.l.f. dupes because obviously why wouldn't they be? We got the e.l.f. Brow Lift, which is one that I own. This is $6 and it is a direct dupe to the Anastasia Brow Freeze. I love this product. I've used it so much and it is such a great product. Again, it is a clear like pomade jelly situation and it really pushes your brow hairs up. It is, I would say, a little bit less intense than the Anastasia one, and it does leave you with a little bit of a glossy brow look. I don't know if the Anastasia does that, but this is $6 and this has like extreme hold. I wouldn't say it's super extreme, but it definitely, you know, leaves your brows in place. You can move them if you wish to do so at any time, but it will leave them in place, and if you don't touch them, they'll stay that way. But it gives you that fluffy, like feathery look very easily, and again, only $6, so I would say definitely try this one. And then another e.l.f. dupe that is recently new, like it is pretty new. It's the Brow Laminating Gel. I already talked about this in another video. Very blatant dupe to the Refi one. This has strong, long-lasting hold. It is clear drying, it's lightweight, and it has the 3-in-1 applicator. It is literally the same as the Refi one, but it's only $8. It gives you that laminated brow look. It gives you the fluffiness. I think it's if you had to pick between this one and the Refi, go for this one. It is obviously the same thing, but less expensive, and it's pretty new. I want to try it eventually. Gracie uses the CoverGirl Perfect Blend Eyeliner in the shade Basic Black. It's $6.99, and this is what she used in her Vogue video to like tightline. So, I mean, I haven't really ever heard of this or tried it, but it looked like a very standard like black liner. Nothing super special, but just that like reliable black pencil that you know will not do you dirty. That is this for her. So, I mean, we love celebrities that use drugstore products here. I also saw in her makeup bag the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Waterproof Eyeliner Pencil. I don't know if it was black or brown. I think it was probably black because she does use black. This is $23. It is my favorite eyeliner ever. I would say if you want something that is really long lasting, this doesn't have like a lot of playtime, so you don't want to be like playing with it and smudging it. But for what Gracie uses it, which is like tightlining and doing like a slight wing, then I would say this works perfectly because it lasts all day long on your like tightline and waterline. For her lash curler, she uses a Surratt lash curler, which is at $36. I feel like if we all own a lash curler, just use whatever you have. But this is award-winning, hand-calibrated, Japanese-made. If you own a lash curler, you don't need this one. Apparently, it's very good though, but it's $36. Now, we all know she doesn't really use a mascara, but she did say in one of the articles that I read that if she was going to use a mascara, she would use Glossier Lash Slick. I don't know if that's because she was doing an interview with Into the Gloss, which is Glossier's blog, or because she actually likes it, but I want to say it's the latter because this is a very natural mascara, and it's the mascara that I have on today. It is very subtle. You can build it up, but it's never gonna look too like intense on your lashes, and it's always gonna look very fluttery, very like lengthening, but you're not gonna look like you're wearing a mascara, if that makes sense. Dude, if you want a mascara that enhances your lashes for $20, I think this is perfect. If you want something that is similar and slightly less expensive, I would go for the Maybelline Lash Sensational Sky High Mascara. This is $12.99. The wand is exactly the same. The formula is not. This is also lengthening like the Glossier Lash Slick, but this is a lot more intense. You can get away with only using a little bit and getting a similar shade, but when you use this, you can definitely tell you're wearing a mascara. It is a lot more intense, so it is supposed to be a dupe. I wouldn't say it is the closest of dupes, but you can get away with using just a little bit of it, and it is a very good mascara. Like, it is very nice. It is a very long lasting. It holds a curl very well, and the length. You can also go for this one, or if you already own this one, you can use it in place of the Glossier. For her lip products, she uses the Glossier Ultra Lip High Shine Lipstick with hyaluronic acid in the shade Trench, which is a toffee brown shade. Again, she doesn't apply it like super intensely. She doesn't really swipe it. She just pats it and blurs it. So the color might look a little bit different, but yeah, it is just like a brown, like a toffee brown color. It is slightly peachy, obviously depending on your skin tone. It's gonna look different on everyone. but on her it looks like a brownie, slightly peachy tone. It works for her. It is pretty though. I like it. I haven't tried this formula. She really loves it though, and it has been really consistent with all of her interviews and like videos and articles that I saw. Very consistently, this has been the lip shade that she uses every single time, so she doesn't really stray from it. So if you want the exact like lip combo that she uses, this is the first step. If you want a dupe for the Glossier lip product, I would say the Wet n Wild Rose Oil Comforting Lip Color in the shade Taffy Daddy is a very similar formula and color. It is a little bit less shimmery, but if you're only gonna be blotting it on, I feel like it could work very, very well. This is a sheer product, so you can build it up, but it's always gonna look like bitten lips or like blurry. It has lip loving ingredients, again, buildable color, and it's cruelty free. The best part of this is that it's $4.99. There are not as many shades as Glossier's line, obviously, but I feel like the color Taffy Daddy could be very, very similar. It is swatching a little bit more intense, but again, if you're only blurring it on like Gracie does, I feel like it could be a very, very close dupe. For lip liners, she uses the Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat Lip Liner in the shade Pillow Talk Medium, which is a warm berry pink. This is $25. Everyone loves the Charlotte Tilbury lip liners. Everyone loves the Pillow Talk collection as well. It is a very nice like mauve-y lip color. $25 though, like I don't know if I would like splurge, but everyone really loves it. Gracie seems to love it as well. It has a matte finish, it's long wearing, and this is like part of her lip combo, so if you already own Pillow Talk Medium or any of the Pillow Talk lip liners, then definitely you're on your way to a Gracie Abrams lip combo. In her Vogue video, she also said that she uses a Makeup Forever Artist color pencil in the shade Endless Cacao. She didn't say Endless Cacao, but I know Endless Cacao. When I see it, I know it. And she was definitely using Endless Cacao to mix in with the other lip liner to make it a little bit more brownie. This is $24, almost the exact same price as the other one, but I really enjoy this specific shade in a lip liner because it is like that cool toned contoury shade that really amps up your lips and can give you that like super, you know, pouty look. Very, very nice formula, very easy to apply, very creamy, very long lasting. Another e.l.f. dupe, Cream Glide lip liner in the color, it could be the color Baddest Beige. I feel like it would be a good mixture of the Charlotte Tilbury one and the Makeup Forever one. It is kind of mauve and it's a little bit more cool tone brown. It's a light neutral beige and it looks, you know, almost exactly the same. This is $2, okay? So if you want to try this lip combo out and you don't want to spend money, $2 for this. Apparently it's creamy, it glides on very easily, it's very rich pigment, it has a semi-matte finish, so it is, you know, everything you want a lip liner to be, and it's $2. I feel like, yeah, this is pretty unbeatable, I'm not gonna lie. And because I forgot to mention this before, I'm just gonna mention it right now, the Freck Beauty, the original freckle product, Freck Excel, it's the one that she featured in her Vogue video, and this is just to give you faux freckles. You guys know this is really good, it's a great faux freckle product, one of the best. It's $28. It is expensive, but I haven't really found a very affordable product for my freckles that works as well as this one does, to be completely honest with you. It just does the most. It is very, very long lasting. It's very easy to use. It gives you the most natural freckles. Whew. And that is how you do your makeup like Gracie Abrams. Oh my god, I feel like I've been talking for 47 hours. I need to stop, but yeah, this is the final look. Very effortless, very easy. I told you guys it was gonna be a breeze, and it is very flattering. A little bit too dewy for my taste, but you know what? I could totally see myself wearing this a lot more. What do you think? What do you guys think of the look? Do you enjoy it? Did you not? Are you as obsessed with Gracie as I am? Let me know everything. Let me know all your thoughts down below, and if you have suggestions on who I should feature in the series next, leave them down below, baby. But for now, this is goodbye. If you're into super easy and real makeup and beauty content that you can actually relate to, subscribe down below. You know where the button is. But yeah, I love you so, so much. Thank you, and I hope to see you right here for my next one. Bye! Mwah.